I love when scientists.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the party. Let's see. People coming in. Let's see. Give me a second, everyone. I'm letting everyone in. Do. All right. All right, cool. So I'm sure some more people are going to come in. It is 101, so let's get started. My name is Derek Collins. I'm the owner of the Diversion Center here. And we provide court-mandated classes and evaluations, and we train other people on how to do the same thing. And I'm here to answer your questions. This is a Q&A session. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask questions till 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I'm taking off, but we're definitely doing some Q&A till 3. So if you have a question, raise your hand, and we're going to have you come on and ask that question and hopefully get the question answered. So if you have questions, get them started because we're doing Q&A today from 1 to 3. So if you have any questions, let me know. And turn on your cameras. I'm like the only one on camera. What's going on, y'all? Don't be shy. There we go. Yeah, y'all come on camera. Don't be shy. This is a part of your journey. This is a part of the transformation. This is going to help you guys build. So if y'all don't have questions, I don't have anything to answer because I'm here just to answer questions. So if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. So I'm not here to teach anything.
I have a question. Hi, Derek.
Hello.
And hello to everyone. So I attended another session, but I had not had tested yet. So I passed the licensure exam for Master of Social Work. And my question is, am I able to write Nexus letters with a licensed MSW as opposed to clinical?
I would prefer you to be clinical. But look it up. I can't answer that question because I don't know, because I don't write them. So I will look up the information and find out. Do some research, and ChatGPT is your friend. Ask ChatGPT and he'll give you an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Are you familiar with ChatGPT? Have you used it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I don't have the answer to that, but I would, I always believe in, like I said before, ask for forgiveness instead of permission. A lot of times we assume ourselves, but also know what you're doing first too. Don't just be doing stuff and you don't know how to do it. So make sure you actually know how to do it and you're familiar with the process, you understand it before you're just doing stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Derek, I have a question.
All right. I think Priscilla had her hand up first, so we're going to come to you next, Carmela. And go ahead, Priscilla.
My understanding is social work, the reason why you would need the clinical social work is to do therapy. And so then you can also charge insurance companies. So I don't know what the Nexus letter is, but I'm hoping to learn more here today and while I'm in the program that I purchased. But that's what my understanding is. I'm an LMSW and I could do psychoeducation.
Okay, awesome. I say, who was it? Camilla? Is that who's next? Camilla?
Hi,
Yeah.
Carmela.
Carmela, I'm sorry. Carmela, go ahead, Carmela.
Okay, so I was on last week as well, and I know a young lady posed a question. She wanted to meet with you to tell her which level of training of yours would you recommend one entering. I've all week been kind of buzzing around the second level, level 2, but then I'm thinking, looking at budget and then saying maybe level 1, just start there. So what information do you need from me to better answer that question? Which level should I start?
That's a tough question for me to answer. So I say, if you're really serious about change and you're ready to transform and actually make some money and make some things happen, of course, I'm gonna say level 2. I might even say level 3, but it all depends on where you're at, because I tell people, if you're just tired of being stuck and you want answers now, I'm gonna say level 2, let's get it going, because then you're gonna have access to me, but also have it is make sure that it's paid in full, because if it's paid in full, then you'll have access to me. If it's not, you're not going to have access to me. So make sure that you do it and it's paid in full. If you can't do the paid in full version and you don't use Klarna, Affirm, Afterpay, or anything like that, then I say do level 1. But if you're just tired of being tired and you want solutions and you want answers, I'm telling you, hey, get with me, because I definitely have the solution. I've been doing it for too long. I know what I'm talking about. I know my stuff works. So it's really just the marketing side. Really, a lot of people, that's where everyone struggles with, to be honest with you. This is a marketing side, and that's what I'm really good at. So I'm saying,
Trying to make a decision by Friday, and I noticed you don't have PayPal either.
yeah, you can pay using PayPal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
So
All right.
options, but I'm telling people, this is not for those that are just dipping your toe in. I'm just gonna be blunt. If you're like wishy-washy and you're lukewarm, I'm gonna tell you, don't do it. Just don't waste your money. Don't do it, because you're gonna be kicking yourself. Now, if you want something different, and if you want to dive in and you want to really make some change in your life, and you're tired of being tired, and you're tired of being stuck, and you actually want some solutions, and you actually want to invest in your business to make some stuff happen, then I say go ahead and do it, because the shit works.
Okay.
I tell everybody, I tell everyone, I can show you better than I can tell you. Pull up to my office. I tell people, just pull up. You will find out very quickly.
All right, I'm pulling up on Friday then, bro.
Come on. Come on.
Mr. Derek, I attended the meeting last week and I remember in the conversation, now you said only if paid in full. I don't remember it last week. I apologize. I couldn't pay $3,000, so you said we could use Klarna. And if we pay the $3,000, we'll have the VIP. And I joined it with Klarna, and then the VIP, I thought I was going to be able to do that because I really I need the help. And I wanted to know if the money that I paid with the Klarna, it was like 3 something. Can I change that to the 1,000 VIP, and then later on when I can afford it, I could do $3,000 for, level 2.
Yeah, just do that. Call the office, speak to Megan on Monday, and swap it over.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
because
appreciate it.
not a problem. That's not a problem. And yeah, that
I believe in this, Mr. Derek. It makes sense to me, and I'm like, wow. And I have my MSW and my LMSW, and you've opened up the opportunity that, you know what, they're limiting you. And what if I don't do the LCSW, which I'm going to be taking the test? This can be a business. This is a business.
It
And
is.
why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Because I speak español también.
I'm, I'm gonna tell you a secret. It's game over if you offer
It's
it
game
in
over in
Spanish.
Arizona.
I'm telling
And I
you.
have licensure in Illinois. Toma.
Yeah.
2 states.
Yeah. You can get it. It's up to you though. Yeah, we can get you locked in. That's not a problem. All right. Who else? Who else got questions? Give me some questions, y'all. Q&A session. Don't be shy. There's no dumb questions. Now, I may not have the answers to everything, but I'll try. Because somebody else is probably thinking the same thing. They're just scared to ask. They're like, oh, thank you. I appreciate you asking. Because I was thinking the same thing, but I was scared to raise my hand. You know, I remember that from elementary school. You know the
Hi,
answer to the
Derek.
problem.
I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, this is LaShonda from Illinois. Hi Priscilla. I just heard that you said that you're in Illinois. I'm in the south suburbs of Chicago. So Derek, I have been following you, and I just recently started working again. I am in senior management, and I'm already not happy. So actually, my question to you is actually, how do you get started? Is it that you start with a business name? Yeah.
How do you get started? So first, you might say, hey, I wanna create a business name that resonates with people, that lets people know that it's official. I always try to do something that is resonates with people, that says, all right, go to this place and it's familiar. So for example, Diversion Center, that's my business name, or pretrial services of Chicago, or pretrial services of Illinois. That aligns with what people are going through or what they're looking for, because they're usually on pretrial diversion. So pretrial services of Arizona, or my dad's business, Alternative Development Center, accountability court services. That's another business name. So there's all these different types of business names that you can create, but it has to, in my opinion, align with the service that you provide. So people perceive that you're the go-to person to go to, because unfortunately, a lot of people, even till this day, they'll call my office and they'll say, well, I didn't go to this place because they didn't seem legit. Because the clients are like second guessing if people are legit. They're judging your website. They're judging your business name. They're judging the people's voice that answer the phone. That's another thing. So they're judging all these different things because they want to make sure that they're not getting scammed. So you want to make sure that everything lines up. And also when the probation officer calls your office, they know, okay, this sounds about right. They're legit or official, or it seems official. So you definitely want to have a great business name. Then of course you want to have a great website. Your website needs to be professional. It needs to be polished. It doesn't need to look like, a second grader made it. Even though there's some awesome second graders out there that can make phenomenal websites, but y'all get what I'm saying. It needs to be polished and it needs to be clean. Information should not be hard to find on your website. Also, you need to make sure that you register your business in your state, and then do your research, of course. Illinois is a little tricky. So make sure that you do your research in Illinois. And I'm not trying to scare you guys, those that are watching this, because one of the big one of the biggest barriers for people to get in this business is fear. So I'm not trying to, scare you or anything like that, but there's some regulations in Illinois that you have to make sure that you comply with to make sure that you can go ahead and get started with your business. But it's not impossible. You got to do the legwork, do what you need to do, become official, offer the services, and move on, because there's a lot that you can do. It just all depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And then what else? Watch my videos. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. Where else am I? Instagram, TikTok. Watch my videos. Learn from people that are actually doing it. And don't just watch my stuff. If you guys know of anyone else that does this, watch their stuff or get some coaching from someone that actually does the work. Because unfortunately, what gets a lot of people messed up, they listen to people that are not doing the work. And I tell people, don't listen to people that are not doing the work. Okay. Also, a recommendation is for some people, hey, you might want to work for a court mandated provider. That's another option. Get in the office, work under them, see how it's ran. Okay. Get a job working for them, reach out to them and say, hey, are you guys hiring? With the purpose of learning, getting experience, getting comfortable. And then once you learn the game, once you learn the system, then branch out on your own. That's what a lot of people do out here in Georgia. They work under someone, they learn the game, and then they branch out and do their own thing. So there are multiple ways to do it, but that's what I recommend. I hope that helps.
Yes, it was helpful. So I do watch your videos. I initially was introduced to you via Facebook. And I have been following you ever since. So I actually was taking notes while you were talking. So I definitely appreciate the information.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, guys, that's how I started. I worked under someone. I worked for several different DUI schools and eventually ran one. And then I learned, how things are being ran. And then I saw some gaps. And then I was like, you know what? My boss doesn't want to listen to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing. So went and did my own thing and took it from there.
I have another question, Derek.
Mhm.
Would you suggest, because I do like the idea of working for DUI schools, so would you suggest that I or we look to see if they have like part-time positions even exists? It's just I work a full-time job. I actually work with justice impact individuals, and I actually have a relationship with a parole agent. So I was thinking about that as you were speaking, but would you suggest working at a DUI school?
Yeah, absolutely. I would work at a DUI school. I would work anybody that's a court mandated facility that provides court mandated services. So it doesn't even have to be a DUI school. It could be someone like me. I don't have a DUI school, but I provide court mandated services. So I provide other classes. So the classes that I do not provide are DUI school and defensive driving. Those are the only two classes that I do not provide. And there's a ton of other providers in Illinois that do the same thing that I do. So you could work for them part-time. I have part-time employees. I have independent contractors. So yes, absolutely. You should reach out to them and find them. Anyone that's offering anger management, that's a court mandated provider. Anyone that's offering domestic violence classes, anyone offering MRT, anyone that's offering shoplifting, anyone that's offering parenting classes, they're all court mandated providers. So reach out to them, look them up on Google, reach out to them, and they'll probably be happy to hear from you. They're probably looking for help. They're always looking for good people. I know I am. So that's what I want you guys to do, and you just never know who's hiring. If they're hiring, they would love to talk to you, especially contract work.
Okay, and do you think, do you think it's a bonus to have the clinical license?
Yes, all licenses are a bonus. Everything's a bonus. Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'm not trying to monopolize.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So I have a question. This is Nicole. My question is, so doing SAP with Department of Transportation, do you have to submit like a license or certificate to them in order to like show them that you're, I guess, authorized to provide the service? So do they request that?
With the, well, not the DOT, it's the FMCSA. They, you have to fill out their form on their website to register yourself as a SAP. I haven't filled that out in a very long time, so I don't remember everything that I submitted. But you have to go through the FMCSA website and then provide your information in there to verify that you're a SAP.
Okay, and can you repeat the name again?
FMCSA.
The
So,
name you said FM.
The FMCSA clearinghouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I Googled it and I seen a couple websites that were asking for payment, but I'm like, I already have a social work license, so I don't need like a SAP certificate. So I just wanted to make sure when I do pay, like I'm paying the right, the right place.
Oh,
If there's
hold
a
on.
payment.
Hold on. So hold on. So you're not a SAP yet, right?
No, not yet. I just so I attended the meeting last week, so I just registered a business in my name. It's still in the process, but I'm a licensed social worker. So I know you mentioned like if you have like a social work license,
Yeah.
then you don't need like a SAP certificate.
No, you do. You do.
Oh,
You do. Yes,
okay.
you do. You do need to be qualified as a SAP. You do. That's
Okay.
the first step. That's the first step, is being licensed, a licensed social worker, LMSW, LCSW, LMFT, CADC, MAC. That is the first step. Then you have to go to, there's a couple of agencies you can go to. I always tell people to go to NADAC.org. That's my recommendation. I tell people to do the home study course, pay that money, then you get qualified. It's qualification, it's not a certification.
Okay.
Qualification.
Okay.
Then you take the home study course, you take that course, and then you go through the process of taking your test online after you complete the home study course, and then you submit your material.
Oh, okay.
And then if you pass that test, then you become a SAP.
Okay. I didn't know I still had to take the test, although I had a social work license.
Oh yes, you definitely
That's good to have some clarity with that.
Yes, you definitely need to take a test because it's a whole process. It's a whole process. You have to know the rules,
Okay.
the FMCSA, the DOT. You need to know the procedures of the SAP program and the process. You got to have the right letters in the right format. So you need to learn all that stuff. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna do this and then, yeah. It's a whole process. There's procedures and there's rules and laws that you need to know.
Excuse me, Derek, this is LaShonda again. May I respond to Nicole?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Nicole, this is LaShonda. I'm actually going through the process. I've already gone through a course, and I would love to speak with you offline if you'd like.
Mr. Derek, it's my understanding I can be certified all these things that you're talking about through your courses. Is that correct?
Certified in what exactly?
Domestic violence, parenting, all that stuff?
No, you will be certified in parenting, anger management, and shoplifting through my training course level 2.
And in level 3, I want the level 3. So in level 3, I get to be certified all these things, right?
And no, level 3 is that you get coached by me for like
I'm okay with this,
6
sir.
months. You get coached by me for 6 months.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, I have a question. I have some of the certifications such as anger management, working towards BIP already, and drug and alcohol IOP classes. I work for a DUI center in Davidson County in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm trying to find out, what do I need to do in order to be able to branch off by myself?
Branch off by yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I work for the sheriff's office, so a lot of the classes we are court mandated through the courts, and
Mhm.
I have a relationship with many of the probation officers who are making recommendations for, like, such as IOP and the 12-hour DUI classes, and I have those certifications already.
Mhm. Yeah, that's my answer, is to branch off by yourself. It's just that simple. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna start my own business, and this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna offer. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just like, hey, all right, I found an office. I'm gonna open up my office here. I'm gonna create a website. Here's my office number. I'm gonna start advertising my services, and I'm gonna let people know in the community this is what I'm offering. And I'm gonna use my connections to let people know this is what I'm offering. I'm contacting defense attorneys. I'm contacting probation officers. I'm letting people know that this is what I'm doing. Send them my way, and just that simple. Boom. But you have to be consistent. You have to be marketing. You know, it's just not, oh, I'm gonna open my doors and then people are gonna come and find me. You know, it don't work that way. You have to market your services. People need to know that you're actually out there doing the work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you got this. You can do it. You got it.
Yeah, I got a plan.
You got to do it. You got to step out and believe in yourself and say, you know what, this is for me, and I'm going to do it. It's going to be a great decision because you're already connected. See, you're already in the system. You already know who does it. You're already in there. So the next step is just like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing on the side, and not worry about what other people think. That's another thing. Because
I appreciate that.
you know, got to be like, you know what, I don't care what they think.
Derek, one of the reasons why I decided to go with this program is how everything is there for me. I don't have to recreate the wheel. And that's why I like it. Even the books, I could put it, once I have my logo and all that stuff, I could put my name on it. I love my company name. It's a beautiful thing. The work's done. I just have to go in and mark it for myself, and you're teaching me how. So that's why I believe in this program.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can do it, man. You guys can do it. Mandy, what's up, Mandy? What you got for me?
Hey, good morning. So I was on the call last week as well. I paid for the VIP for next week. But I guess my situation is a little unique. I'm an LPC based in Texas, but I'm also a school counselor, middle school counselor during the day.
Okay.
And so my private practice is, it was general depression, anxiety, trauma, but I paid Omar to help me with my psychology today, to like kind of gear it toward working moms and things like that. But now I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like I should work on providing classes for parenting and anger management, because I've had parents reach out to me for therapy for various reasons. And so I'm just trying to like tie it together based on what I do, or do I just focus on the court mandated probation office, you know, kind of reaching out to that?
It's up to you what you want to do, but I'm always leaning toward what's going to make me more profitable, what's going to meet my bottom line, because, you know, it all has to make sense. It has to align with, does this match my time and energy? So is this worth my time and energy to do these classes? There's nothing wrong with doing classes. We offer classes at my office. And you can start off doing classes, but eventually, in my opinion, you need to focus on evaluations as well, because that's what's going to get you over. You know, that's what's going to make financial sense. That's when you start stacking on stacking on stacking, and that's when you start making a ton of money. The classes are nice, but that's going to be time and energy. I make more money doing a 30-minute, 40-minute evaluation than I do teaching a class that is 2-3 hours. You know, So
I was gonna ask you about that too, because I know you mentioned the whole workaround with the LPC, with the EAP, and I work for an EAP program now to see clients one-on-one. As I looked into it, it looks like if you don't have experience, you need all these hours beforehand for the EAP, what is it? The EAP?
nah,
No,
go take
like,
your test.
just take the test?
We'll talk. You go take that. Now you go study, go through the training, and take the test. You'll be fine.
Okay, well, I'll just get on that then now.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah,
and then
hop on that, go through the training modules and study. And then, because it ain't easy, but study that bad boy and then take your test, pass it, and get your credential. You'll be good to go.
Okay, I'll go that route.
Yeah,
Thank you.
if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I can't wait to see you in the VIP, because you got with Omar. Did you do
Yes.
did you do the intensive with Omar, or did you do the online course?
I didn't do the program, but when he sent the email where he could like rewrite your Psychology Today profile, I did that. I haven't program with him yet.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, Omar, I mean, that's my business partner for my other business, and Omar, he definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to Psychology Today, because we know all the hacks. I'm talking about, I know all the Psychology Today hacks. Like,
And
stuff.
I believe, yeah, because he
It's
did an
crazy.
exceptional job with the profile, and then I did see the beginning part of the course, and I was like, oh, so I learned a lot just from the intro. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we actually have I do have a service where we will write your Psychology Today profile for you. If you guys are interested in contact Omar Ruiz, or market your private practice .com, and send us an email, and we will rewrite your Psychology Today profile. If you want us to, we will write that bad boy, fix it. And we also do offer potentially video editing services for those that want to create commercials and videos for your counseling programs. We also have that option as well for those that need professional video editing. And if you guys see some of our videos on YouTube at Psychology Today and Market Your Private Practice and private practice marketing, if you guys look at our videos on private practice marketing on YouTube, that's another channel that I have, Private Practice Marketing on YouTube. You guys will see some of our videos and some of our edits that we have, and the quality that you'll see. And if you want something like that for your private practice or your business, reach out to us and we can get you set up. But yeah, Omar knows his stuff. That's why I partnered with him. So you'll find out. You'll be like, okay. And then at the VIP day, I'm going to take it to a whole nother level. So when you, after you're done with me and Omar, you're going to be like, oh my God, all right, this is crazy. I'm serious. If you want to go to the next level, come to VIP day, because I'm telling you, I'm giving you guys all my secrets. Okay. It's like, if you want to make 100K, 400K, 500K a year, come to VIP day. Okay. No BS. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna be like, damn, okay, I see it. Also know your numbers, guys. Know what it takes to make 100K a day. Know that number. I mean, not 100K a day, 100K a year. Know those numbers. Know it, do the math. How much you need to make 100K? How much do you need to make a day to hit 200K? Know those numbers. And then when you start seeing it, you're like, hold on, I could do this. You know, like, all I have to do is make $330 a day for 300 days out the year. I can do that. What is that? That's like 1 or 2 evals. I could do that. That's nothing. You know, that's a 2 evals and a couple of classes. I could do that. So do the math, and you reverse engineer it. So now then you start looking at, okay, how much do I need to make a day to hit 1 million? you know, and then reverse engineer that. All right.
Now, Derek, this is Alicia. What kind of evals can be done with just a LMSW, not a LC?
Well, court mandated evals. You got anger management evaluation. You got domestic. There's all types of evaluations, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I focus on court mandated stuff. So anger management evaluation, domestic violence evaluation. There's even parenting evaluations. There's for mental health evaluations. There's substance abuse evaluations. Those are the top ones that I can think of that you can do right now that you can start making happen for your business. But, you know, I tell everyone, you got that L in front of your name or in front of your license, you're good to go. Get it going. You know, you can do it. Do it. You know,
My name is Latoya. I have a licensed chemical dependency outpatient program. And I'm looking to move more towards evaluations. I am a CART certified anger resolution therapist. So I guess what I'm wanting to know is I'm interested in doing the domestic violence evaluations and also the parenting classes. I think somebody probably mentioned it before when I first came on. Do you provide the certifications for those?
yes, for parenting, I do. So I want you guys to think about this. Everyone in the room, I want everyone to think about this. You only do what's in demand in your area. Do not do stuff that no one wants. Like, for example, I don't do domestic evaluations because that's not a thing out here. That's not a demand out here. That's not a thing in Georgia. So I don't do them. Can I do them? Yes. Have I done one before? Yes. But it was for another state, I think, when I did it. So, and that was, man, that was probably 6-7 years ago. So remember, only do what is in demand, because if you don't, you'll be beating yourself against the wall, mad at yourself, like, why isn't anyone calling me? And then also do what makes financial sense. Okay? What makes financial sense for your bottom line and for your time? I have to say this because I've been broke before. And I believe that financial health is a part of mental health. Okay? Because I almost went crazy when I was broke. So I don't want anybody to have that issue. Do what makes sense for you financially and time-wise. It all has to make sense for you. I can't tell you what to do because only you know what's best for you, but it has to make financial sense, you know, for your time, your expertise, because hey, everyone here went to school for a very long time. It's time to get paid back for the time that you put in for school. It's time to collect. Okay. And I'm not shy about telling y'all, it's time to collect. Some of you guys know different languages. It's time to collect. Okay. Y'all got bachelors, y'all got masters, you guys got licenses, you got credentials. And we cannot wear this badge of poverty and say, oh, because I'm in a helping profession, or because I'm a counselor, or because I'm a social worker, or because of whatever, I'm a therapist, I'm just supposed to be broke and be poor. No, I'm gonna tell you quick, it has to make sense for you financially, because then you're actually helping other people, but you're also helping yourself, because it's important to help yourself. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I'm just saying this to help someone in the room, to let you guys know you do not have to be a broke therapist. Okay, and this is for everyone in the room because it's on my heart to say. So make sure whatever that you're doing, you're going on Google and you're researching on Google. And before I say this, I don't want you guys to get analysis paralysis. Because I already know what a lot of people do. They're gonna go on Google and they start searching and they look and look and look, and then they looking forever and then they get nothing done. No, we don't do that. I look up DUI schools in my area. So let's say I'm in, I'll just use Phoenix, DUI school Phoenix. I do that, I put that in Phoenix, or I put DUI school near me, and I look up the websites that pop up. I click on every single website. I look at every single service that they offer and look up how much they charging for their service. And I might even call the DUI school and say, hey, and pretend like I'm a client, ask them questions on how much certain things cost. I might do that as well. I don't know. But then you find out, okay, these are the services that I see that I've been researching that are in demand. So I'm going to offer these same services, because if other people are offering these services in my area, that means that there is a demand for it. You get what I'm saying? And then you offer those services that are in demand. Okay. So for me, out here where I'm at, parenting is not a really big thing. It's just not a thing compared to shoplifting. Shoplifting is huge out here. You know, so we have the shoplifting class, you know. So I have shoplifting classes, I have anger management classes, domestic violence classes. Those are the things that are in demand. So I don't know what state you're in or city you're in, but you only want to provide the stuff that's in demand and not provide, like for me, doing a domestic violence evaluation doesn't make sense for me because no one's going to call me for it in my area, but they're going to call me for clinical evaluation for a DUI. That's in high demand where I'm at. So that's what I want you guys to do. I hope that helps. Awesome. Patrice.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so you were talking about what was in demand. Now let me ask, am I able to offer these services virtually?
Yes.
Okay, so we can do it virtual.
Mhm.
If you're working a couple different states, because I'm licensed in a couple different states,
Mhm.
what would you suggest in that regard? Should I try to kind of get one state down pat? Because like if I go back home to Florida, I already know mental health evals is a definite yes. Anger management and parenting. Would you suggest there's some other things to kind of connect with?
No, it's like, where are you now? What state are you in now?
I'm in Ohio currently.
Ohio, yeah, I'll start doing it in Ohio.
Okay.
And dominate Ohio. Matter of fact, there's a lot of opportunity in Ohio. I had a probation office, I'm not gonna say who, but a probation office contact me from Ohio. They took my anger management training, they took my shoplifting training, and they took my parenting training because they could not find providers to provide these services. So they decided to provide the classes themselves at the probation office because they couldn't find providers in Ohio. That made no sense to me.
Well, I'm new to the space, so now that you're saying this,
I was
this
just
tells
like,
me why I'm here
what?
now.
They
Yeah,
bought,
I'm new here, so now you're telling me why I'm here. Okay.
yeah, they bought all my stuff and they got it running out there in Ohio because they couldn't find people. So they said, we're just going to do it ourselves. There wasn't enough providers out there that were offering the services. So it's a gold mine to do that, especially if you know how to market yourself online and get your stuff to pop up when people are searching for you for your services. If that makes sense.
That's my biggest issue is the marketing I'm noticing here.
Yeah, you'll literally blow up if you can do that. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hello? Oh, I don't have it. Where you at? Don't have any more. I'm all out. All right, bye. Sorry about that.
No worries.
What I was saying? Start with where you're at. Of course, you want to focus on your state because that's all I focus on. For me personally, I only focus on Georgia, but then because my SEO is so good, that I pop up in other states, and then people contact me from other states, and then we still provide those services, those classes to people in other states and do it. But there's enough business for you in just one state.
Okay, let me also ask, because I've done the classes and stuff before, as far as like IOP and all that, I've offered all of that stuff.
Mhm.
With that, and I know with DUI, you have to do like the actual screenings and all of that. How would you suggest we do the screenings? Like, I don't have anyone right now that I'm connected with. Would you suggest that I connect with the lab to do that, or have them do that somewhere else?
Well, we do our screenings at our office. We use a 6-panel and 12-panel, depending on who's coming to our office. But you know, you can do them all at your office. There's no need to. You can use a lab if you want to. I know people that do use labs, but you can test them all at your office. Yeah. That's
Thank
what we
you.
do. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, Nicole, Miss Barnes.
I already asked, got my question answered. I don't have any additional questions. It's a little loud where I am, but I don't have any additional questions.
Oh, okay. Got you. Hey, y'all, don't be shy. Turn on y'all cameras. Y'all got y'all cameras off. Man, y'all over here shy. Y'all scared. Turn on your
Hey,
cameras.
this is Tyrese, and I'm on my phone, so I can't figure out how to raise my hand. So I'm gonna just jump out there.
Mhm.
So the classes should be offered when you virtual means live virtual though, not like they can just not on demand.
Yeah, we do everything on Zoom. So I mean live, like we're doing right now. This would be a class right now.
Okay, so and that's how it would look. Okay, but is there any options to do on demand classes for any of these?
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
To get into my own,
Mhm.
do your programs literally start from scratch, or should we already have everything already up and built? Like, do you work with people who are starting, like already have hours, already have license, but are starting to branch out on their own individually?
This program that I have it for both people. So it's designed for people that don't know anything, that just don't know nothing, that you start from scratch. But if you do know something and you already know what you're doing, if you're already up and running, then it's going to be just quicker for you to get stuff done because you're just going to only focus on certain pieces of the program or the training. Because the thing that business owners like to focus on, especially me, is the marketing. Right. I'm all about getting people in my office or getting people calling my phone. It doesn't matter if I have classes available if no one's calling me. So it's all about getting traffic and people calling me and being on demand. You guys would be surprised. I say this all the time. How many people do not answer their phones? It will blow your mind. I get a ton of business because people just don't answer their phones. So get your website, understand the marketing piece. Is designed for those that don't know anything and want to take it, get started and make it happen. And it's also opportunity for those that actually know something that are doing it to take their marketing and their income to a whole nother level. You say, hold on, I'm just missing. Matter of fact, some of you guys are literally just like an adjustment away from really blowing up your business or your practice if you're already in private practice. It's just that you just don't know something. It's literally just that. It's like you just don't know something that other people know. And once you know it, it's like, all right, game over. It's just that simple. I just know stuff that other people don't know.
And earlier, oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Earlier, I can't remember who it was that mentioned, it might have been Nicole, but so I'm just trying to understand this. So if we're already a licensed clinical social worker, and let's just say we already have the independent license to be able to diagnose substance use, alcohol disorders, things like that. You mentioned something about SAPs or like trainings for like anger management and like the different types. So are you saying like we still have to do additional certifications even if I'm at the top of my license? I still have to go through additional certifications and trainings to be able to offer
Yes.
anger management, evaluations, things like that.
No, no. What I'm saying is, number one, you have to know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't even know how to do an evaluation. They've never been taught how to do an evaluation. So you have to know how to do it. That's number one. You got to know how to do it. What does it look like? How to format it? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what you need to know. So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what you need to know.
Okay, but if we've already done different types of evaluations and assessments, like I've worked with court mandated clients before. I've been in probation, well, have had to work with, you know, people who have to do treatment alternative. Like if we've already done some of I guess I'm trying to figure out, are there unique evaluations that are unique to different states, or if I've had experience in evaluations like those are pretty much some of the across the board evaluations that we're doing, or are there unique ones for different states?
What state are you in?
So I'm currently in Texas, but I've only been here just a little bit. I've been mainly my trainings come from Wisconsin.
So what you want to do is just basically, I just want to make this very, how do I say, black and white for everyone. Don't overthink it. Overthinking will get you in trouble. You know, you say, hey, I'm an LPC or LCSW. You're LCSW, is that correct?
LCSW and a clinical substance abuse counselor.
Oh, then focus on that. That's what you're going to do. I'm going to do mental health evaluations. I'm going to do substance abuse evaluations in Texas. That's my focus. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do those and flip those like pancakes all day, every single day, 5 days a week, and make it happen. That's what you're going to do. That's your focus. That's it. That puts you automatically 6 figures. That automatically, you know, and it could be high 6 figures too, because when people think of 6 figures, they think about 100 grand. I'm talking about high. Okay. Flip those every day, do the math, and then say, okay, what do I need to do 5 of these a day, 6 of these a day, 8 a day? What do I need to do 8 a day? And what does that look like? And how do I get there? And then once you figure that out, it's just game over, you know. It's just, it's literally over. And then also don't get, how do I say this for everyone? Don't get shiny object syndrome. Because we'll get focused on one thing and then we'll see that shiny object and then we'll lose focus and then we'll go to this and then we lose our momentum from what we already had going. So don't lose your momentum. If you already got something going and it's going good, don't get shiny object. Learn how to scale what you got going good. And I'm telling you this from personal experience, by the way. I'm telling you this is one of my mistakes. Getting shiny object syndrome and say, oh, well, I'm going to work on this. If you guys notice with me, I only do like 2 evaluations. I only do 2. Now, could I do other ones? Could I stretch myself out and take some other trainings and learn how to do some other stuff? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could. But no, I only focus on 2. And I do them extremely well because I know I mastered them and I know I can flip them and I know I can do them really fast and I know it makes sense. And I've had, 15 years of experience doing this over and over and over, day after day after day. So if it's working, you work it. Okay.
But in Georgia, you still need, even with the substance abuse credential, you still need the SAP, right?
No. And by the way, I need everyone to stop focusing on SAPs. Y'all need to stop focusing. Everyone's so focused on that. That's just one evaluation. I don't know why everyone's so focused on that. It makes zero sense to focus on that. That's just what I do. When there's a ton of different evaluations out there, you know. SAPS, that's for substance abuse professional. That's a substance abuse professional for those that do evaluations for the DOT, where people that tested positive for drugs and alcohol, you're a pilot, you're a flight attendant, you're a railroad worker. You know, there's different types of, like, some of y'all probably wouldn't even do well doing those, or have the experience working with people with addiction issues. So go in your lane. Some of you guys might be excellent at providing bariatric evaluations. That is the thing. Somebody might be excellent at doing mental health evaluations. Somebody might be excellent at providing anger management evaluations. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a ton of different stuff out here that you guys can do. Some of you guys might be excellent at providing classes or training, but find your jam. Don't follow people. Find what works with you, because everyone has their different niche and skill, and you find your niche and you find your skill and you stick with it, and then you scale it. Okay, don't copy other people per se. Find what you're good at and then you scale that bad boy. That's what I did. I just found that I'm really good at substance abuse evaluations. Number one, because I'm in recovery. I've been clean for 20 years. Okay. I've had a cocaine addiction. Okay. Been clean. I know what people are going to say before they say it when I'm doing the evaluations. I've heard it all before. I know the excuses. I know the mannerisms. I know the stuff that I need to pay attention to. And so I stick with substance abuse. That's my thing. And some of you guys might be mental health. Some of you guys might be trauma. You know, it just all depends. So that's what I'm saying. Find your jam, stick with it, flip it, and then go with it, because there's other stuff. Like, I remember one time I was going to go to polygraph school. I was going to become a polygraph examiner. But thank God I stopped myself, because I was just getting shiny object syndrome. I'm like, oh, I could do polygraphs. I could do this. Then I was like, oh, we're going to have ankle monitors. I'm going to sell ankle monitors, and I'm going to do fingerprinting. Man, it got crazy. It can get crazy, y'all. And I'm telling you, don't just get focused, get laser focused and be like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick with it. I don't want to hear about nothing else. I'm just like this, ready to go. And it could be as simple as, like what I did when I first started, I only taught shoplifting classes. And then I got really good at that. And then after I got good at that, and I'm talking about when I got really good, then I decided, okay, let me add something else. And then I got focused on that, because I knew I could teach the shoplifting classes unconsciously without even thinking about it. I was unconscious, you know, I was at unconscious competence when it came to teaching the shoplifting classes. And then when I got to a point where I was really good at that, I was like, all right, let me add another class. And I think that was anger management. And I got really good at that. And then I added something else. That then you add what makes sense for you, that is your skill set. But to go back to the substance abuse evaluations, I'm talking about doing evaluations for, if you're going to do substance abuse evaluations, we're talking about court mandated possession charges. Anybody that got caught for possession of marijuana, cocaine, underage drinking, minor in possession, disorderly conduct, you can do those evaluations if you're a substance abuse counselor and you know what you're doing, and provide those services and make it happen. And I've seen LMSWs do them. I've seen LCSWs do them. LPCs do them. If you know what you're doing, and if you're familiar with the process of evaluating people for substance use disorders, then I say go ahead and do it. Okay. Hope that helps. I hope so. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yes.
That really makes a lot of sense. This is Charmaine. I'm in Louisiana, but that shiny thing object, when you said that, that shiny thing, that got me because I'm like, oh wow, I can do this and I can do that. And I'm a LPCS, so I've been doing mental health for a while. I know I can do mental health. I'm a veteran, so I know I can do the Nexus because I understand the lingo and all those other things. So you just kind of put it in my pocket in a sense right now, just kind of like, okay, stop going all over the place and focus on what you have and use what you got. So I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. Because I want you all to know you have the answers to your problem if you have a problem. Y'all know, but sometimes we overthink it and then feel like the answer is outside, but the answer is already here within us. And the answer is there. We just got to just, hey, what am I great at? What am I skilled at? And then use it. Yeah. What else? I hope I answered the question, man. Because I can go on tangents, boy. I can get crazy. But where was I? I was trying to show y'all something, wasn't it?
Yes, you was getting ready to show us how all those thousands of dollars that you're making.
Okay. Let me see something. So I think you guys see the back end. This is like my online portal, so you guys can see. So one of the things I like to do sometimes is like show you guys better than I can tell you, because a lot of people are like, Derek, are you really doing what you're saying you're doing? Like, well, I can show you my back end. I ain't making this stuff up. I can show you better than I can tell you. So this is an example of what comes through on a daily basis of people signing up for our online programs. Now, this is just online, by the way. And when I mean online programs. So these are automated courses, okay? So you guys will see. And as you guys can see, what's the number one you guys see? Y'all see a lot of shoplifting, okay? Okay. And these are all psychoeducation courses, so I'm not violating HIPAA, for those of you guys are thinking. These are education courses. I already can hear you already. Oh, he's showing us. Nope. This is all education. None of this is therapy. So don't start that. I already know where y'all going with it. But yeah, so then this is the back end of my Thinkific account. And y'all can see what comes throughout the day. You guys can see courses, the different product. You guys can see, I don't want to show you guys too much, but let me see. I don't want to see. So you guys can see the back end, the payments that come in. So, So I just want you to know that, once again, if I can do it, you can do it too. Okay, so this is the back end of my Thinkific account. This is my online portal where we provide online classes. Okay. Sometimes you just need to see it,
And you said that's your Thinkific account
Yes, Thinkific. So
and your on-demand classes are with the Thinkific account, right?
Yes.
Not your virtual.
No, I do virtual on Zoom.
Okay.
So this,
Where do you keep, how do you keep those numbers, those data points?
oh, that's in my Stripe account. So if I go into my Stripe account and then I look up, well, we collect the payments over the phone. We use a program called Setmore. So that's where we schedule our appointments, and then people call us, and then we take their payment over the phone, and we use Setmore to process the payments. And then Stripe processes the payments through Setmore, and then that's how we collect our money. So everyone pays over the phone using their debit card or credit card.
Okay, let me ask another question. So when you first started, what is the launch process, right? Do I put clients on a waiting list till I have enough for a group? Like as I advertise, let's say I get one person. I say, oh, we're gonna put you on a waiting list, and we'll give you a call. We should have an opening in a week or so. And then, of course, push it out, market, and I hope somebody else comes along and then start your group. How would you handle that, like first starting out?
For me, what I did, I started my group immediately, whether it's one person or two people. I'm running that group. I'm
So
running.
did you have set dates
Yes.
already?
Yes. So
Like, so when you first started, did you say before you had anybody on Mondays, I'm gonna show up on Zoom waiting for my first client?
no. So how it works is when I first started, people would call my office and they say, hey, I want to sign up for anger management. And I say, great, we have anger management on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And
Okay.
they would come in and I would be there Wednesday night. Now, this is before we did everything virtual. They would come in and pay for their class, and I would be there. I would be there Wednesday night at 7 p.m., ready to go. So
Okay.
if other people showed up, great. But if one person showed up, I'm teaching that one person that class.
Okay.
But if no one calls, like for example, if no one, like now, if no one called for anger management on Wednesday night, we wouldn't even show up because we wouldn't have any money collected. It wouldn't make no sense for us to show up and be on the Zoom call. But if I know I have clients showing up, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, we're there. We're ready to go.
Okay, and everybody can access their forms online, upload their payment online, and then they get their link and then they show up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And even if it's an in-person, they can still get all their forms online, print them out and bring them in, and then show up.
If that's what you want to do, it doesn't even have to be that complicated. You could literally have a one-page form that they fill out when they come in, sign the classroom rules, fill out their intake, which is a one-page form. Remember, this is psychoeducation. This is education, not treatment. So it's like first name, last name, sign the no refund policy, and sign the classroom rules. All right, you pay for your workbook. Here's your book. Take your classes. Like for example, hold on, let me see.
While you're looking for that, let me ask another question. Do you allow anybody who is not mandated to attend your class?
Yes, but usually they're lying. They're usually lying. They're like, oh, I'm not even mandated to take this class. Yes, you are. You're just lying because you know the judge is going to tell you to take this class. You just haven't went to court yet, so you're just trying to knock it out. They be trying.
And how do you get to those people? How do you advertise to those people? Just your SEO, like, because you also advertise or get direct people from the probation office, right?
Yeah, about 90% of the people that come to me, they find me online.
Okay. And the other 10% come from a probation referral?
Yeah, probation or an attorney.
Court referral, okay.
Yeah, attorney, defense attorney, or probation usually.
So do you market to attorneys and
Actively, I'm ashamed to say no. Actively,
why are
no.
you ashamed?
I'm ashamed because I'm slacking. I'm
Well,
slacking.
maybe you don't need to, but you think that's a good idea to market to attorneys, the courts, probation offices.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good idea. Like, I'm in the process of getting that going again right now, because back to the object syndrome topic we had a couple of minutes ago, is like, hey, I get caught up on this other idea, this other thing, and it's like, Derek, focus on what you're good at, man. You know, that your answer is already here.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely advertise defense attorneys all day. Heck yeah, because they have the clients. Also, probation office, they have the clients, and then add to their provider list. Say, hey, my name is Derek Collins with the Diversion Center. Can you guys add me to your provider list? We provide court mandated classes and evaluations in your area. And you know,
That's simple. Don't even overthink it.
no, don't overthink it, and say, hey, can I come and schedule a meeting with you guys and tell you more about what I have to offer? And you know, come with some food. Bring your food, bring your sandwiches, bring your donuts, bring something.
Okay. And do you have a standard operating procedure manual for your how you operate, or no?
I do it somewhere. I don't
Okay.
don't know, but oh God. Yeah, somewhere. I had one. I had one.
Okay.
But it's not, I say you should, let me not say that. How do I say this? It depends on who you are. I have different philosophies on certain things. Like, I don't have,
Okay.
I never started, like, for example, people tell me they start a business, you need to have a business plan. Well, I never had a business plan to start this business. I just started it. And then some people say, oh, you need to have standard operating procedures for your business. I'm like, well, I ran my business for like 10 years without them, or something like that. And we don't even look at them. But to each his own, you find out what works for you. But this business is very, how do I say, simple. That's why I love it.
Derek, I have a question. My name is Kimberly Grace, LPC, also MAC. Here in Georgia, specifically in Houston County area. My question is, how as far as and I've been in and out because I got on and I've been kind of in and out of the conversation. You do online, like where people can actually pay to do the online course. It's almost like you making money in your sleep, I guess. To take certain courses that are mandated through the court. Is that something that you offer as well?
Offer as well. Say that last sentence one more time.
As far as, you know, being able to take a course online, like I can just go and just pay whatever, $50 and take the course online and sort of do like a competency-based test or whatever to show the certification for anger management or shoplifting. Is that something that you offer as well? Like it's like a pre-recorded sort of?
All right, so here's the deal. You guys would be surprised how many people take my certification training and fail.
Okay.
That they say, oh, I know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm already, so I know what I'm talking about. And then they get to the end of the course and it comes to the test and they fail that bad boy. And when you fail that test, you have to pay $50 to take it again. Because we want you to pay attention to the content to make sure that you support, so you know the information. You'd be surprised how many people fail.
So you don't give them like 2 chances to take the test, you know?
It's like you take that test one time because we want you to pay attention, because people think, oh, I know that, you know, I'm LPC. I know how to teach a shoplifting class. Do you? Do you really know? Do you really know why people actually steal, you know, and shoplift? A lot of people think it's because, you know, they ain't got the money.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know, there's other reasons that are not
It
discussed.
is.
People do it.
Mhm.
So I tell people, you know, get certified, you know, learn the stuff, because you don't want to be out here winging it, out here just, you know, because remember, the clients have taken these classes before. They know who's good and who's not. And then what happens is you get somebody teaching a class that don't know what they're talking about, it's going to get back to probation. Oh, it's going to get right back to them, and it's going to get right back to the defense attorneys, and they're going to be like, don't go there.
Right.
And
Mhm.
also, you know, sometimes there's people that know the information, that know all of it, but they lack personality. So you have to have people in place that have the personality to, how do I say, relate to the clients that we're serving, and know the language, know the lingo, know when to
Right.
crack a joke, know when to shut up, know when to facilitate, know not to lecture, you know,
Right.
because we're facilitating. That's what we do. We facilitate. We let them do majority of talking, and we, you know, interject here and there and throw some nuggets here and there. And because we're dealing with adult learners as well. So understanding
Mhm.
learning principles and all this other stuff, mumbo jumbo, that we're taught in school. But make sure that you can relate. And it's a mix. But yeah, I say take the course, get certified, or if not, don't get certified and teach the course anyway if you feel comfortable. You know, if you feel comfortable and you think you know, if you know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. But if you want to have some extra layers behind you and back you up, because this is why I tell people, like eventually, maybe some of you guys one day want to jump into the state contracting space or government contracting space. When you start getting to those layers, then you're going to have to start having, how do I say, credentials behind your name, training, certifications.
Mhm.
Even with probation, in some cases, will ask you, well, what certification do you got? Because number one, they're jealous that they're not doing it and you're doing it. That's number one. And they want to kind of gatekeep you from doing it, depending on who you are. So I try to make sure I have everything. You say, nope, I got this, this, and this, blah, 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 blah. I shoot you down, you know, you know, and be confident. Just believe in yourself and just be confident. Say, hey, I got this. I'm gonna do this. This is for me. And I say, once again, ask for forgiveness instead of permission. I say, offer your classes and just murder it. Don't ask for permission. Go out there and start offering your stuff and get your stuff out there. And then eventually you get known, and then people start seeking you out. Because what is missing in this world for a lot of us, we need more bold therapists. I need more bold therapists, okay? That practice what they preach and believe in what they say. We need you guys to go out there, provide good service, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people out here that suck, and we're waiting on you to come in and take their place. But because people are not, how do I say, coming in and taking their place, we're just stuck with the same old people that are just doing the same old stuff, and then wonder why people ain't changing, not having breakthroughs and making a difference. Because once again, it's not just about making money, it's also about making a difference. I like to see people transform. I want to see people change. And then I also want you guys to change, because you start feeling good about yourself. Like, hey, I really helped this person. This person came back to me and they said, hey, I got my GED because of you. Or, hey, I started my business because of you. Or, hey, I got married and I don't have these anger issues no more because of you. I mean, I'm sorry. I love stuff like that. So real quick, I saw some stuff in the comments. So let me go in the comments let me see. Oh, shoot, I gotta hurry up. Yes, the training is applicable in every state. So if you guys want to, one of the things that I preach heavy is marketing. So this is applicable in every state. So if you want to learn how to market yourself, yeah, it works in every state because I advertise nationwide for my services. So yes, also, but also our certifications are good in every state. Okay, there's no, how do I say, certification police out there that are checking you to say, hey, you know, do you have this or that, or is this good? Let me see. Hold on. Let me scroll down. Okay. Judging. Yeah, judging your credentials. Yeah, fear is a liar. Yes. Yes, you do not need a SAP certification. That's for SAP evaluators that evaluate people that are regulated under the DOT. Do you need to run? Do you need a certification to run anger management parenting classes if you're already licensed? The answer is no. Yes, I do offer evaluations virtually. You guys can too. Okay. Any licensed professional can do this work. Do you need a licensure for the MATs to take the MATs? Yes, if you wanted to, I'm not sure if I understand that question. Do you need the licensure for the MATs to take the MATs? I don't understand that.
The question, excuse me, was you said something about the maths and take that. That's a good thing coming up right now. Because they were going to be doing that. So you said if you can't take it, to take it. Trying to find out, do you have to have a license, like as a substance counselor in order to take the MATs? Where do you go for that?
You contact the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Board in your area, in your state, and then contact them and see if they have a MATs training program and see if you qualify.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, because that's, yes.
Derek, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if these were just like gatekeepers, but when I tried to contact the defense attorneys and probation officers, they pretty much were telling me that I can't become a court-approved provider. So is there any way like around there, and they wouldn't necessarily refer to me unless I was a court-approved provider?
Okay, let's revisit that statement. Say that one more time, because you said something that was interesting to me.
So when I've contacted defense attorneys and probation officers, they indicated that they wouldn't refer to me unless I was a court-approved provider. So
Okay.
I wasn't sure if they were
Stop you right there. Never ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. Never ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. The reason why an attorney cannot approve you to become a court-approved provider. And a probation officer cannot technically approve you to be a court-approved provider. So you don't even call them and ask for permission. There's literally no such thing as court-approved. We just use that. That's a marketing term. That is literally a marketing term. I never got approved by a court to provide my services, not once. I never filled out an application. I never did none of that. What I did is just open up my business and start providing services.
Okay.
All right. What you do is you call them and say, hey, I want to be added to your provider list, and I also want to be sent referrals. Now, for certain programs, okay, there's certain programs that are regulated that you need to get on their provider list through completing some training and going through their process, like providing DUI classes, DWI classes, defensive driving. That's usually ran by the Department of Health and Human Services or the DDS, the DMV, those type of programs are regulated. So before you start, you can't just say, hey, I'm gonna be a DUI school today. No, you can't do that. You have to go through the process of going through their training and also filling out the application and making sure that you have the right curriculum to even teach that program. And by the way, the DUI school curriculum that most people use is called Prime for Life. That's the Prime for Life curriculum that most people use for their DUI schools. And you mostly have to get trained by Prime for Life, and then you get their curriculum. It comes in these DVD type things. It's been so long that they probably do it different now. They probably have downloads now, but I still have my Prime for Life DVDs from when I used to teach DUI school. And then also a regulated program sometimes is BIP, Batterers Intervention Program, and domestic violence. There or sometimes are going to have regulations. Most states have regulations for that, so you have to go through. Out here in Georgia is the Commission on Family Violence. Then that's a process to get certified to teach domestic violence classes in Georgia. Then there's a Batterers Intervention Program in other states where you have to go through their process. So you can just simply look up the information and go on Google and look up Batterers Intervention Program, like say, I don't know, Michigan, and see what pops up. And then you go through their process to get certified to teach the Batterers Intervention Program in the state of Michigan and go through that process. But those are the top three that are usually regulated: DUI school, defensive driving, and domestic violence and Batterers Intervention programs. Other than that, everything's fair game. And the other thing is also regulated is providing evaluations for DUIs. That's another thing. That's another one that's regulated. So you might want to look up the DUI intervention program in your state and go through their process of becoming evaluator for DUIs. And I highly recommend that you do that because it's highly lucrative, and you're always going to have clients calling you because people get DUIs left and right. Still, even in the age of Uber and Lyft, it amazes me how many people still get DUIs. All right, let me go through here. Yes, the stages, the course is stage level 1, 2, and 3 includes the downloads of my books. So if you're in level 1, level 2, you get the downloads of my books. Level 3, you get the downloads of my books. So you get all my downloads of my books, you get evaluation templates, you get my paperwork, everything you need to start your business. In level 1, level 2, and level 3, you get everything you need to start running your business immediately. But most importantly, I say this, the marketing piece is awesome. And that's why I want you guys to come to the VIP day. Come to the VIP day.
Derek, are you only providing information for marketing on VIP day, or is that with the level 1, level 2, and level 3 as well?
Yes, on the level 1, level 2, and level 3, you do get information on marketing. Absolutely, you do on all of them because that's the most important piece.
Okay. Also, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
No, there is a marketing training in level 1 and level 2. So you
Okay.
you're going to get that. There is a marketing training, but for the VIP day, we go deep. We go deep.
Okay.
Will there be
Now, my
another-
next question is, do you have a person of contact that assists with polishing the website?
Yes. My first recommendation is to go to Fiverr.com. Is it Fiverr, or somebody help me? Fiverr.com. Get a website.
I think it's 2 V's. But I can look it up, but I think it's Fiverr.
That's my recommendation, is go to
Okay.
Fiverr.com and get someone to make it for cheap. find someone that has a whole bunch of 5-star reviews, and then read their information and then go through there. And then also you want to get a WordPress site, ideally. Get a WordPress site. And that's how you go from there.
I'm sorry, you said get a what site?
A WordPress website, ideally. Ideally.
WordPress?
Yeah, WordPress website. And you want to have it hosted by SiteGround.
I already have a site, but it's on Wix.
You already have a website?
I do.
Okay. Well, you have some, if you want to keep that website, you could, if you're not happy with it, you can have someone redesign it from Fiverr that can go in and fix it and redesign that Wix website. Or if you want to start up from scratch, you say, hey, I can create a whole new website using WordPress, and then using the SiteGround as your hosting, and go from there.
Okay.
My evaluations are all templates are on Word documents. They're all on Word documents. Yeah, eat your food. Yeah, I don't want you having any issues.
Okay, so I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right, sorry. Let me let my hand down. So I was all excited from the last meeting about doing the 27th VIP thing. Unfortunately, I lost a family. So we have a funeral on the 27th. So will the VIP be recorded, or is there a future VIP?
I don't know if I'm doing another one. It just all depends on the success of this one. So I kind of focus on doing what the people want. So if people don't respond to it and they say, hey, you know, if we don't even get like, because right now, to be honest with you, I think I only got one person signed up for the VIP day. So I'm like, oh, we'll be doing this again, you know?
Yeah, so move it to the next Saturday, Derek.
I'm like, I won't be doing this again. People ain't serious. They don't want it. So I'm like, I only do what people want. So,
Can you share what's included in the VIP day and when it is and how much it costs?
VIP day is $1,000, and it's basically going to teach you how I make my money. It's basically period, point blank, no fluff. Hey, this is what I do. These are my secrets. These are my tactics. This is what I use to make money, providing court mandated services. These are my vendors. These are my service providers. These are things that you guys can use to make between $100,000 to $1 million a year. So I tell people, would you trade $1,000 for a minimum of 100 grand? Most people would say yes. But when it comes down to it, when the rubber meets the road, most people are not really willing to take that leap and bet on themselves or their business. So I showed you guys just one back end of my online classes. I did not show you guys my Stripe account. So I know how to make money, you know, so I can definitely show you guys how to make money on the VIP day, if that's something that you're interested in. And then also you get access to this secret training. I did a Zoom training maybe I want to say 4 or 5 months ago. Once you sign up for the VIP day, you'll get access to this top secret marketing training that I did about 4 or 5 months ago. And that has some top secret stuff in there. But we're just going to go deep and show you how to get clients in the doors. It's all about, for me, it makes 0 sense for me to provide a training with fluff. It's like, hey, let's get to the point. What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? What do I need to press? What levers do I need to pull down to get people to sign up for my court mandated business? And we just go over all the stuff that has worked for me. Someone has been doing this for, you know, like I said, I've been doing it for 15 years. I've been in business for myself 11 years. It's just like, hey, this is what works. Don't make these mistakes. Don't do this. Don't overthink this. Do this, do this, do this. It just saves you time and money. It's just a shortcut. It's a cheat code. And if you want cheat codes in life, you got to get a mentor that's been there, done that. It just saves you time. and a whole bunch of wasted frustration and money. So that's what I do. I save you time and money.
And when is it?
It's next weekend on the 27th. So from 1 to 5. So, and then you can also go to my website, click on online classes, and you can finance it. We have Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna. So click on it, buy now, pay later, and show up. And I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Because I'm like, some of y'all know, if you imagine, this is my free stuff. Imagine what the paid stuff is like. That's what I tell people. Like, hey, you get in the game for free. Imagine what the paid stuff is like. That's what I tell people. Like,
I think for me, it's just the days that haven't been convenient, because I think you did one not too long ago. And it was, it just doesn't work with my schedule.
not a problem.
So hopefully you will, I said that to say, hopefully you will do it again, and hopefully my schedule will be free next time.
Not a problem. Yeah, we'll see. Let me see. Let me read these questions.
Derek, what's the difference between the VIP and the level 1, 2, and 3?
VIP day is just basically an intense coaching session with me. This is a coaching session that we just heavy into marketing. Marketing mindset and just heavy marketing. Just like, hey, this is what I do to make money. And just copy what I'm doing. And level 1 is basically a training program that shows you how to start a court mandated business. It has workbooks, it has intake paperwork, it has forms, it has coaching videos of me in there telling you what to do, how to do it. It has a marketing training in there. It has an evaluation training in there. Everything you need to start your business basically and get up and running. But the VIP, and that's the same with level 2. Level 2 has all that, plus you get certifications in parenting, shoplifting, and anger management. But then level 2, also you have 2 coaching calls with me one-on-one. And then you also have, I forget, I'm having a brain fart right now, but I'll come back to that. VIP day, you get one-on-one with me, basically, where I'm like, it's like 2 or 3 of us, or 5 or 10, how many people sign up, whatever. And we go in and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm getting all these people to call my office. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm gonna show you that you guys can do and implement. And this is how I worked it. Point blank simple. My goal is to at least make you 100 grand just off the information, minimum. And this is what I've done for the past 11 years that has blown my business up. Period. That's what is included in the day. I'm just going to meet with you on Zoom, and we're going to, I was going to do it at my office, but people said they couldn't make it. So I said, all right, we'll do it because I wanted people to see my office to, how do I say, demystify everything. Because a lot of people think that it's all complex and all this. I'm like, man, this, once you see my office, you're like, man, damn, I'm overthinking this. Then once they see it, then they come in the office and we sit down and talk about some of the stuff. But I said, all right, we'll do it on Zoom. I'll show you guys how to knock it out. And it's just that simple. We're going to show you how to make money, period. It's just, this is what you do. I'm giving you the game plan. I'm giving you the game plan to make money on VIP day. There's nothing, it's designed as like, take this, run it. And if you don't do it, this stuff works. And everything I talk about in level 1 works. Everything I talk about in level 2 works. But then once again, I tell people there's levels to it. There's some stuff that I'm just not willing to share with certain people. You have to be ready for it. And it's not for everyone. I'm just going to put that out there. This is not for everyone. So don't feel, you do not have to sign up for VIP day. This is only for people that are ready for it. And this is for people ideally that are already in business that want to learn how to scale or do things another way, because unfortunately, a lot of providers in this space, even the SAP providers, I'm calling y'all out for those in the room, they just don't know how to market themselves, or they haven't been exposed to it, and they've never been taught, and they wonder why they're stuck at a certain financial status. And there's ways, and also I teach you how to think differently. That's another thing. I teach you how to think differently. But if we've never been taught to think differently or think a certain way, how can we apply it? We just don't know what we don't know. So that's what you get from the VIP. I'm gonna show you how to think differently. I'm gonna show you how to, more importantly, make money. Because if you're spending $1,000, you want to make that money back. Period.
Can you put the link in the chat?
Yeah. Give me a second. If I can find it. I don't think it's gonna let me, hold on.
But
Will you
last
be
week when I
offering-
was, sorry, last week when I was in the training, you said if we buy the $3,000 package, which is level 2, you're gonna add in the VIP, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, so that would include me.
Yep. If you bought the 3,000, who bought it? Did you buy it?
Yeah, I didn't get it this time. I got it like 2 or 3 months ago.
No, that didn't include you then.
I got it last week.
What?
That didn't include you. You didn't pay
That
$3,000 for it a couple of months ago.
That ain't right.
You didn't, because I know what people paid.
No.
What'd you pay for? You didn't pay for this offer.
For the VIP? No, for the level 2?
Level 2, and it was at a different price 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually more now.
Okay.
And
I
that's
paid 3,000.
And that's another thing, guys. I want you guys to understand that.
No, that's what I paid.
I'll look you up. I'll find out.
Okay, please do.
I'll look you up.
Because I'm willing to change my schedule around.
So I tell people, I want you guys to do stuff now and decide now. So you say, hey, this is for me, this is not for me. Decide it. Don't waste your time. Say, this is not for me, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. But if it's for you, don't waste time, because things are getting harder. And as you guys know, the gatekeeping is real, and people start changing rules once they find out people start learning about different things. I'm going through that right now with something I'm working on right now. And once people start finding out about certain stuff, they start raising the different things, and they make it harder and harder. And then people, like I said, people have been watching me for years. I got people probably on here that's been watching me for 5 years, at least 5 years. Some of y'all, 4 years. And I'm like, how much money did you leave on the table by watching me and not taking action? You have left a ton of money by watching me year after year and not taking action. For example, let's say you watched me for 5 years on YouTube, on Facebook, whatever. You've at least lost $500,000 minimum that you've been watching me and ain't did nothing. So if you ain't gonna do nothing, you're gonna lose year after year. So understand how much money you're losing by not taking action. So I want you guys to think about that. So really take action if you're gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it, say you're not gonna do it, and just don't do it. But if you're gonna, don't be, how, I don't know if y'all used to, what's the word? What we used to do back in the day? We used to, people used to double dutch, and you like this, trying to jump in. Don't be doing that. You trying to jump in on a double dutch. Just go ahead and jump on in and start doing your double dutch. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me get to it. I got questions. Yes.
I have one quick question.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. All right, come back. Go ahead, Demetri. I'm ready for you.
Would you be offering in person at all in the future?
Potentially. I've done several in-person events, so it all depends on the demand. If I get people to say, hey, Derek, we want you to do something in person. I want to come to your office. We want to do something. Then if it makes sense, remember guys, I have to protect myself. I don't want to say, all right, I'm gonna host this event and then 4 people show up at my office. I'm like, you know, it has to be a demand for it. So if people are serious and I feel like there's a demand and people are going to show up, then yeah, I'll do it. You know, it has to make sense for me time-wise. But yes, I've done them in the past and we've had, you know, 30 people, 50 people show up, and we've done events at my office and at hotel conference rooms. We've done that before. But it has to make sense. I have to know that people really want this and they're going to commit to it. And then if they commit to it, then, because I put out offers all the time, just like you guys probably on my email list. Some offers don't work. Some people are like, I'm not interested. And then some people, then some stuff, they're like, hey, I'm interested in that. I want that. So if their interest is there, yes, I will do a live event, but I have to know that there's interest and I know that people commit, because see, people say one thing, but when it comes to this, that's when it changes. They're like, I say, hey, all right, we're going to do a live training. It's this much, show up. Then the excuses come out. You know, so we'll see. I would love to do another live event. I actually talked about that. I actually talked about doing a Diversion Con for diversion professionals, because there's literally nothing for us in the space that you can go to and meet with court mandated providers to talk about all things court mandated. I want to talk about, you know, what treatment books are you using? What modalities are you using? How are you doing your marketing? What website developers are you using? How do you do this? How are you incorporating AI into your business? You know, I would love to have a conference one day and help people level their stuff up, because I use AI in my business. I love AI. Absolutely love it, you know? And a VIP day, I'm gonna show you guys how to make money off of AI too. That's another thing I'll show you how to do, because there's something that I'm doing with AI right now that makes me money and I didn't even create it. So awesome. Yes, if you want to sign up for the VIP day, just go to thediversioncenter.com. I'll put the link in here, thediversioncenter.com, and just click on online classes and you can sign up if that's what you want to do. And I will see you guys at the VIP day. Boom. And I'm doing it no matter what. So if y'all show up, if it's one person, if it's 2 people, if it's 3, we there. We in there. So and y'all gonna go back and tell people, y'all should have signed up. Y'all should have signed up. He told y'all. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna be like, y'all missed out.
So Derek, question for you. All the certifications that you offer, I see anger management. What are the other certifications that you offer? And is that like in a package, all of them in a package that you offer, or individualized?
We have individual packages. So you could buy the courses a la carte, the training a la carte for anger management. So you go to the diversioncenter.com and you can sign up for the anger management training. That's a la carte. You can do the shoplifting training a la carte. You can do the parenting training a la carte. That's all on my website. And then also we have a package where the business in a box level 1, you get how to start a court mandated business in level 1, and then level 2, you get how to start a court mandated business, plus the certifications in anger management, shoplifting, and parenting. That comes in a package. And then you have the VIP day that stands alone, where we meet one day on the 27th that I need to start preparing for and show you guys how to make some money doing that. Hold on, Miss Walker, I see your question. Yes, you can provide SAP evaluations virtually. I'm not sure who told you that. That is not true. I've been doing it forever. It has not changed. The DOT has been very clear on their rule change on the regs that you can provide evaluations in your state that you're licensed in. That's been, yes, you can definitely do that. That has not changed. You can definitely do that. And anyone that says not, they're lying, because I've been doing it forever. It used to be where you can provide evaluations for the SAP evaluations nationwide during COVID, and then they changed it to where you can do it in the state that you're licensed in. Well, I have a credential that covers every state. Okay.
You have a SAP credential that covers every state?
No, I have
And
a
a separate credential.
I have a separate credential that covers every state.
Okay, so if you're IC, IC, are you with that one? What is it? ICAD?
Yeah,
I'm getting all
yes.
these left.
Yes, I'm an ICRC, and I'm also a SEEP. I'm an EAP, so that covers every state and international. So that's the rules.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, when I went to training, that's what they were telling us, that it had to be in person, so.
Who told you that?
I can't remember the guy's name. It was what's his name? Rob, something, I don't know. I'll send it, I'll email you and tell you, but.
So I tell you this, don't go off of what people say, even what I say, look at the regulations.
Okay.
Look at the regs on the FMCSA website or the DOT, and how do I say this? What's the word? Just do it.
Oh, okay.
And
we're on that subject on your VIP day. Is that a subject you'll be discussing? SAP?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
All right, because
I got a bone to pick with certain people. I'm like, y'all, oh man, and if you're a SAP, oh my God, I'm gonna show you how to get it.
Well, I need that because I invested in it and I want to use it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and not just a SAP, but any specialized evaluation. God, if you're niche like crazy, like I met a lady last week, she does like evaluations for autism. I'm like, girl, you sitting on 7 figures.
Yes.
Yes. Autism, anything autism, like, yo, that is crazy. Like I thought about it. I'm like, I'm about to go back to school and I'm gonna get the certification and I'm gonna get this training and I'm gonna start providing evaluations for autism. Then I said, Derek, stop yourself. There you go. Shiny object syndrome. There you go again. There you go. So.
Hi, Derek. I have a business question. If you have time, I know it's 2:58. My question is, most of us who have LCSWs, our businesses for behavioral health, do you recommend separating if we're going to do evaluations and diversion, court mandated? Do you recognize that we should have a separate LLC for that, or would you recommend putting it all under one LLC or a DBA?
I'm sorry, I was reading a question while you were saying that. You said, do you separate, if you're going to do court mandated services, are you saying to separate the
from the behavioral health? Say you already do therapy or something like that. Would you recommend separating the diversion, the court mandated services under another LLC? Because maybe your title says behavioral health services in it, something like that.
Oh, no, I would use your same LLC and just add the services to your existing website.
Okay.
Yeah, it still falls in line. Yeah.
And also on your VIP day, are you going to cover not-for-profits? I have a not-for-profit as well.
If you want me to, I can talk a little bit about nonprofit stuff. I'm not an expert in that field, so that's a disclaimer. I'm not an expert, but I do have a nonprofit as well. There's ways to leverage your nonprofit per se. So, I'm not an expert, but I do have a nonprofit, and sometimes you can use your nonprofit to put yourself in positions to get some funding and make money for your nonprofit and your profit and your for-profit, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. I can't believe that when I was going through the program, your stuff was saying one of the things that you wish you had, known was getting that nonprofit. And I was going to give up on it. And then now I'm like, wow, it's been 2 years. And
Yeah.
did you know that if you have student loans, if you're working for a nonprofit, those student loans are paid after a certain time.
Yeah. That's where we talk about the leverage. So sometimes it's good to have a nonprofit just sitting. You might not be even doing nothing with it, but it's just sitting there
I'm
waiting
not,
for
it's
the right
just sitting there,
opportunity.
but now here I am on year 2. And I
Yeah.
have 100K with the student loans, so I'll be working with that. Thank you.
Yeah. And then, like, for example, we'll talk about this on BIP day, but I'll tell you now, like you'll see some stuff. All right, let me just say it. Forget it. We're all family, right? We're family, right? Sometimes I'll go on CDC.com or CDC.gov or whatever, or SAMHSA.gov or grants.gov, and I'll see these grants that I know all of you guys can do or that I can do. And what do they put on there? On the qualifications or the people that are actually allowed to apply for the grant. It'll have state agencies, city agencies, city government, and then it'll say, all right, non-for-profit. They're literally gatekeeping or stopping people that have business to apply for certain funding. And I recognize that and I noticed that. I said, you know what? I see what y'all doing. Y'all cutting people out from applying. So I'm gonna get me a nonprofit. I'm gonna start a nonprofit. And there's different types of nonprofits you can start, okay? And then there's a particular type that they really like, but that's the 501c3, the public 501c3. That's the one that they really like. Because at first I even started a private nonprofit, but that's a whole nother story. But I started noticing, I'm like, oh, y'all, I see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to stop people from applying. So they want to make the pool small. So, if you guys do have a nonprofit, look at some of the stuff that's available. Because there was a program I saw, there's a diaper distribution program that I saw that I really wanted to apply for, but they only let certain agencies and state agencies apply for certain funding. It really burns me up when I see stuff like that. So, I'm just throwing that out there for you guys that are watching with those opportunities. But you guys, once again, don't get shiny object syndrome. Stay focused.
Derek, just want to let you know that I am also a disabled veteran. There's lots of money for that too. I just haven't been motivated to your program. So
yes,
I'm sticking with this, and then I'll start looking at I don't want to, like you said, shiny syndrome, go there. And I'm a woman and I'm a Latina, so certain agencies will only do first with people of color. Me, I'm a Latina and a woman. So there's money out there for those types of things.
I will dive into that on VIP day. We're going to talk
Thank
about
you.
some of that stuff. transition into some of that stuff. Yeah, there's money out there for veterans, Latinas, all that stuff. Set asides. Anyone that came to the did anyone come to the virtual summit that I had? Anyone come to that? Did you guys come to the summit back in May? We talked about.
I attended, yes. I
You
just
talked-
wasn't licensed at the time, but I attended, yes.
Did you go? Were you in the VIP session?
No,
Okay, in the VIP session, we talked about that. You know, I had a guest speaker come in. Her name was Bethany, and she actually certifies people in getting your woman-owned business certification with the government, so you can get these set-asides with the government if you want to get government contracts, and also subcontract with the government agencies. But yeah, the rabbit hole is deep. Sonia, what's up, Sonia?
You
Yeah.
answered my question. It was about the LLC.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Thank you.
All right. I'm seeing some of you guys' photos on here. Some of you guys got some pretty smiles. I see you, Miss Hubbard. Got the pretty smile. I see you, Jessica Preston. Pretty smiles. I got some pretty smiles. I gotta work on my smile game. I don't know. Any other questions? That's it?
I have just one, but I don't know if this necessarily fits. For me, the counseling piece that I do focuses on teachers, but I know that there's a part that can connect with the parenting piece to help and other things like getting into professional developments. Would you recommend that? And also I saw the bariatric that you had online. Would you recommend that? Because I know certain school districts is covered.
I recommend to pursue certain things if you have connections and if you have a way in, because it can be frustrating trying to get into the school system. Trust me, I know. And trying to get them to buy your stuff or provide trainings. If you're connected, you know people that can get you in. Yes, there's a ton of money for these school districts to have you come in and create and provide different programs, but you have to have a principal or a district or someone that believes in it that's going to say, okay, we're going to spend our money on this. But how do I say? I'm all about getting wins, small wins that keep me motivated to keep going, to build my confidence. So you might want to I'm not trying to talk anybody out of doing what they want to do, but sometimes what happens with us, with people in general, sometimes we'll go after something so big, and then when we don't get it, then it's like discourage us, and then we're like, all right, I ain't gonna try no more. Not to say that because you mess around and do get it. So I don't want to say that either, because you can mess around and get it. But what I'm saying is, I like to get small wins, me personally, that's my philosophy, and then build my confidence and know I'm ready for something big. But at the same time, I'm always looking at the big stuff. But I say do what makes sense for you, because I'm not you. And only you know what how do I say, what's for you. So sometimes something is just for you, and you're going to get it no matter what. If it's for you, it's for you, and no one else can take it. And no one else can get it but you. So I tell you, if you have a dream and there's something that you want to pitch to the schools, I'm going to tell you to pitch it. But don't also know that there's a lot of, how do I say, politics involved in certain things.
Yeah, I did my 20-year bid there, so I'm aware of the politics.
Okay, so you know. So I gotta tell you. So it sounds like to me, you're already connected. You already know certain people. I say go ahead and do it. The money's there. They got plenty of money. But
That's my question. I have one more question. It's business related. In terms of the clients, they're all self-pay. So when you go over marketing, do you go over price points as well?
Yeah, all my clients are self-pay. And yes, they're going to pay out of pocket, but yes, there's definitely marketing things that you want to do as far as pricing. You can there's certain ways to do it.
Okay.
For example, you can be when you're first starting out, you can be the Walmart. That's how I call it. I use the Walmart method. When you first start, you're the new kid on the block. I just need clients in the door. So my price is going to be cheaper than everyone else. Like people going to come to me because I'm just cheap. Because the clients pick on a couple of factors: location and price. That's the top two reasons, in my humble opinion, why they'll pick me or someone else. Location, price, and then reviews, credibility. So reviews, credibility, location, and price. So when you're a new kid on the block, you're the cheapest person. That's how you fill up your pipeline, and that's how you start getting known. And then eventually you start raising your prices, because I used to be the cheap kid on the block, but now I do what makes sense for me and what helps me, because I have a team, so I have to hit payroll every 2 weeks. For those of you guys know that are in business that have a team and you're worried about payroll, it has to make financial sense, you know, or you're going to lay people off or cut hours. But if you're just doing it by yourself, man, shoot, you can. Anger management class is $20 and you have 20 people up in there. But then you do the math, what's 20 times 20? Was that 400? Or what is that? 400? Is that right? You just made $400 an hour. It's not bad. So you got 20 people in your anger management class, you made $400 an hour, but then you got to think about, all right, I did that. Let's say you did that on Tuesday. Now, what do I have for the next day? How much am I going to make on Wednesday? Can't just be zeroed out on Wednesday. What other service that I'm going to provide on Wednesday? What service am I going to provide on Thursday? Or are you going to do anger management class on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Because it might get big. If it makes sense, you know, you might have it twice a week, right? Like right now, we have substance abuse classes 4 times a week because we have so many people. So, you know, also you can be the method. Remember, I don't know if you guys were here last week where I told you there was a guy that, and this was 10 years ago, he charged $300 for evaluations for possession charges or DUIs. That's his rate. But he was funneled people through attorneys. He had great relationships with defense attorneys, and they send everybody to him. And if he got one person a day, he was fine with that. He still made $100 grand a year. And he's like, okay, I do one evaluation a day, 5 days a week. I still make $100 grand a year, and I got the rest of my day to myself. So I work 1 hour a day. That's not bad. So you got to decide what you want to do. I'm kind of like in the mid-range where I'm at. I'm not the cheapest, but I'm also not the most expensive. But I'm well known. I have a lot of reviews. And I have a lot of social proof. And I have availability. That's another thing. A lot of providers, their availability is horrible. They're not, I mean, their availability, they might only do it on Tuesday or Friday. And when people call them, they go straight to voicemail. We're available 6 days a week. On Saturday, we close at 2. So you decide how you want your business and the flexibility that you want. If I was to go back in time how I would do it today, Derek, with no practice, I would literally just do evaluations. That's what I would do, me personally. I would work from a laptop on location. I would be in Mexico right now, sitting on my laptop, doing evaluations. That's where my mind is at right now. If I started today, I'd be in Dominican Republic right now, chilling, paying some cheap ass rent, living like a king, and doing 2 or 3 evaluations a day, making about $1,000 a day, and it just be living a good life. That's what I would do personally, if I can go back in time and change things.
You
Yes.
talked about your business in a box. Where is that online for you? Am I overlooking that?
Yes, go to the divergecenter.com, then click on online classes, and then you'll see the different classes that we offer, and then you'll see the business in a box program. You'll see 1 and 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And yes, there's an evaluation, substance abuse evaluation course in there for business in a box level 1 and 2. But make sure you guys buy the full version. So you get full access. I think.
Derek, in the level 1, is there a substitution? Because I have a anger management certification already, is there a substitution that I could make?
No, I'm sorry. It's just as is. No subs, because we don't have anything to sub it out with.
Okay.
Unless there's something that you can think of that you want on my website that we could sub it out with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I could, if you find something that you want on my website, say, hey, I want to sub it out. Hey, I'll give it to you. I don't have a problem. You say, hey, you're like, hey, I want a PowerPoint or something. I don't know. Or something. I don't know. Whatever I got, I'd give it to you. Like, I don't care. I got you. Because I want to see, you know what? My thing is, here's the thing, guys. I want to see y'all win. Because I want y'all to come back to me and say, Derek, the shit works. I want you to come back and be like, Derek, you the truth. And y'all be like, Derek, my life changed. Because that's why I'm doing it. Because I want to also, I want to see people's life change. It changed my life. And once you do it and you start seeing this stuff, you're like, okay. Just believe in yourself, start betting on yourself, and know that it works. Because remember, I ain't the only one that's doing it. Go on Google, look up all the other providers in your area. Priscilla will tell you, her daughter was in it. Look up all the other providers. Don't take my word for it. Look at all the other providers in your area. I am not the only one doing this work. And then once y'all see it, y'all like, it works. I ain't the only one.
But when I went looking for providers like yours, you're all the way in Georgia, it's still coming up in Arizona. I'm
Come to
getting
VIP day.
secrets. I am. I'll be there.
Yeah. And the reason why that happens is because of the age of my website. There's some other factors as well. So the way websites, I have an authority in my, because it's been for so long and there's other things involved in it. I might have Omar come and talk on VIP day to talk about some of that technical stuff. But yeah.
Even if I'm the only one there.
Nah, you ain't gonna be the only one there.
Oh, damn. I thought I was special.
No, I'm just talking junk. But yeah.
Derek, before I log off, I have one more question. Did you say that I can actually provide psychoeducation in all states? or just in the state of Georgia where I'm licensed?
All states.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I was correct with that.
Education, not therapy. It's education, not therapy. All right, does this help, guys? Are you guys more confident? Because Alicia, where are you? Where are you at?
I'm in Ellenwood, right outside of Decatur.
Oh, yeah. So you need to there's some things you need to do, you know. You need to apply to be on the DUI intervention program registry in the state of Georgia, become a clinical evaluator and also a treatment provider. That will open some doors up for you.
You know
What's
anybody
it called? DUI what?
DUI intervention program of Georgia.
Is that same program in Texas or is it just a Georgia call?
I'm sure they have an intervention program in Texas as well. So yeah, every state should have one. So
Anybody in Arizona doing your program, sir?
no. I had someone funny you say Arizona. Somebody in Arizona, I had someone take that back. I had someone in Arizona that came to a live event. This is what happened. She came to a live event. She's not even in the group. She's not even and you'll see her look up Myrie Hayes. She owns group homes. She came to one of my live events, told someone in Arizona what she learned in my live event, and then they turned around and did it. Just off of what they heard from her secondhand, and they made a whole bunch of money. She's on my YouTube page. She talks about it on my YouTube page briefly.
I ain't telling nobody nothing.
Yeah, look up Myrie Hayes. You
Yeah.
contact her, Myrie Hayes. Yeah, she owns group homes, and she told some people in Arizona, and she came to my live event, and she didn't end up doing the program, but she told some other people, and then they learned secondhand, and they made a whole bunch of money. I forgot. I think they did some anger management courses or something. Yeah.
I'll do it in Espanol.
Yeah, if you're doing it in Spanish, this game over. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Yeah, go to the website, get more details if you're interested. Did I make it this? Do you guys feel better? Do you guys feel, because my thing is I want you guys to feel confident. Whether you guys work with me or not, I just want you guys to feel confident to know that you can do it, and it is an option. Not therapy 5 cents. Hell no. Not in my office. All right. Rosalind, I saw you come off. Did you have a question or no?
Oh, yeah, I actually asked the question about the state of Texas, about the DUI, but then I was also looking, I know here they mandate a lot of people coming out of jail, prison, what have you, to take something called Thinking for a Change.
Oh
Do
yes,
you have that?
thinking for a change. Yeah, I don't do that. They usually try to have people to teach that course. I don't like that course, by the way. I don't like it at all. But that's usually, you can usually get a contract for that and apply for RFPs. You could look, if you want to be a Thinking for Change provider or something like that in your county, city, or state, they might have an RFP, request for a proposal for providers to provide that class to people. So you can look on your state's website, your city's website, your county's website, and look for RFPs and to see if they're bidding on people to provide that class. But the website for you would be TDLR. So look up TDLR and look up like TDLR court mandated classes, something like that, and your information will pop up. TDLR Texas, and you'll see different types of trainings and certifications you guys can take to provide court mandated services. But you'll look through that list, and there's a lot of providers on that list. So it's saturated, but I recommend you providing evaluations in anger management and domestic violence and substance abuse courses in Texas. That's my recommendation.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and get connected with defense attorneys. Defense attorneys, that's I'm telling you, if you guys getting good with defense attorneys, you don't even have to market yourself, to be honest with you. You can just get referrals all day. Because remember, they're the one that's serving the clients. I'm getting in good with, if I wanted to take my business further today, this is what I would do. I would get in good with defense attorneys and public defenders. If that's what I would do today. Derek, today, if I wanted to boost my business, my strategy would be defense attorneys and public defenders and probation. You can do probation too.
Derek, one of the things that I've done here in the state of Arizona, I used to work in Child Protective Services. And so I learned to do a lot of things. I had to go to court. I had to go and talk about why the child should be removed or not removed. But one of the things as a child welfare person, I had to go inside the home. And based on that, under my non-for-profit, I started helping some people who were being accused of being bad to their child. And I would write the report, and then the report goes to court. So that's one of the things that you could do. You don't need to be clinical.
Yeah, it all depends on your strategy, what you want to do. But remember, do what's in demand. All right. All right, if there's no more questions, I went over today, so I will see you guys later, unless someone has a random question.
Random question, please.
Let's do
The
it.
random question. Yeah, I'm always that one. So, question, and this is pleading rather. I had to work until 2, so I didn't get here until 8. Is there any way that I can have access to the recordings so that I can see what was asked and covered in the first hour? Please.
Oh my goodness.
Big smile, please.
Only if you come on camera. How about that? Give me something to make me. Oh, and she cheesing. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
All 36 teeth, yes. Please.
All right. Since you came on camera and you smiled big. So
okay.
I will post it on the Diversion Center Facebook group. Okay, I'll post it for 7 days, for a week. So if you guys miss any of it, I'll have it on there. And then also, yeah, I'll put it on there. And you could tag me on social media at Diversion Center on Instagram. At Diversion Center on Instagram. Facebook.com/Diversion Center. What else? Also, I forgot to mention, if you guys sign up for level 1 or level 2 or VIP day, you will get access to the court mandated or private pay court mandated money Facebook group where we have over 5 years of content. That's a private group that I have for people that have signed up for my programs, where I drop knowledge in there periodically. And then, yeah, no problem. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Yes, you have hope. Yes, it's all about hope and making it happen. You guys can do this. And then also, look me up on YouTube. I want to say I have a couple of pages on YouTube. Spy on me. So I have 2 Diversion Center pages on YouTube. I don't know which one, how to get to each one, but Diversion Center on YouTube. Then you have market your private practice or private practice marketing, private practice marketing on YouTube. That's another one. My other business with Omar Ruiz, where we help therapists improve their marketing skills on Psychology Today, as well as using SEO. So private practice marketing on YouTube. And then I'll save the other one for VIP day. But yeah.
Hey, Derek,
Yes.
I got a question, man. Appreciate the information. So I just want to know if you think having an office space is imperative to be successful at court mandated services. And then another quick question is I hear you saying about defense attorneys. So is this only applicable for criminal court? Because my clientele resides within dependency and family court.
Yeah, you can use those guys too, because of course you want to use criminal court, but also you want to use family court because they need services as well. As a matter of fact, a lot of people come to me for evaluations because they're getting a divorce and they have to, and their, how do I say, their spouse will say, this person has an alcohol problem. And because their spouse says that they have an alcohol problem, they have to come to me and get it evaluated for substance abuse.
And that's the other question I did pose in the chat in terms of the evaluation piece. So do you have to have a licensure? Because I do have a master's in human services with a focus on, child dependency, but it's not clinical per se. So do you need to have that clinical piece to provide evaluations?
Yes, you would definitely, if you're going to do substance abuse evaluations, yes, you need to be certified, and that is not a long process. You could be certified in a year if you wanted to, in your situation.
When you say it's not a long process, what do you mean by that?
You have to go through training and then sit for your exam.
So it's a more certification. It's not necessarily a licensure.
Yeah, it's a certificate. Yeah, it's a certificate. What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
What's it called in Florida? Can anybody tell me what it's called in Florida for the substance abuse? I don't know what it's called.
MAC.
It's called what?
MAC.
MAC.
It's the Masters of Addiction.
But there's not one under that, the MAC?
There is something under the MAC, but the name has changed again. So I don't remember that name, but that's one they kind of pushed everybody towards.
Yeah, you can go to, well, there's a couple of things you can do. You can have someone like myself or Patrice, that's in Florida, contract with your office and they can do them. Or
yeah, pretty much. You saying contract out? Yeah, I'm not interested in contract now. I want to be able to provide that, be autonomous and provide that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You can get trained. I'm sure there's trainers in your area that will train you how to become a substance abuse counselor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man. And no, did you answer the office piece in terms of, do you feel that you would need a brick and mortar site to be effective at, just turning over that, your clientele and just, having that overhead, et cetera?
You can do it virtually or you can have a brick or mortar. I have both. So it all depends on your income goals and your marketing strategy. So I do have I always have a place where people you could have a virtual office and literally run your office from your house. But, depending on what you're doing, there has to be a place where somebody can come in to do drug testing or pick up books or stuff like that. But you can also mail out your books, and you can also just send people out to go do their drug testing at a lab.
Right.
So you can do that as well. So it all depends on how you want to work it.
Right.
I use my brick and mortars for marketing reasons.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anyone else? Nicole, you got something? You good? Nope. You good? Patrice, you good?
Yes, thank you.
Alicia, you good? Everybody good? Jessica, you good?
Yes, sir. Good.
All right. Thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all at the VIP day. Let's go. Later.
Thank you.
Thank you.